Is he the best Cleveland has to offer? I think he's the best. I think he's the best.
The best what?
I think he's the best manager / head coach in Cleveland.
You think he is the best professional baseball manager in Cleveland?
After all those,
he's the best head man in Cleveland.
Man, it felt like there was a stretch where every loss was that a vote loss?
Remember, Lombardo's over in Lakewood. He ain't in Cleveland, so you can't even give me that. All right, that's a different mailing address. He's the best they got. I mean, he's the best in the city, man. Who's better? It ain't Kevin.
Well, Kevin.
I like Kevin personally. Ain't Kevin.
Kevin's accomplished more, right?
He has the trophies on the mantle.
Wait a minute. All right. They both went to the postseason in their first year. Okay, so they both got that.
Now vote as a manager of the year.
Correct.
Kevin was coach of the year.
Doubled that.
Kevin was,
and then
he's been around for 6 years.
Yep.
Then
Steven's only been around for 1 and most of the second.
Kevin year 2 did.
Now, if the season were to end today, vote would be on the outside looking in for the playoffs.
True.
But it doesn't end today. Thank goodness.
Steven's the best in the city.
And you would say that if the season ended today, he would be looked at as a failure this season, Anthony? Because you've alluded to that to me off air, and now you're doing it on air.
The argument,
that if they miss the playoffs,
yeah. So that would be a failure by him.
Obviously, I feel really
with
good.
All that's went on with the roster this season. Not only the lack of spending, but the losing a piece of your rotation and losing the best closer.
You're saying maybe he should be off the hook a little bit because he had all these. We had the big discussion about Clase, whether that was unlucky or not.
Well, you had that. You and your little degenerate friends that wanted to say, haha, it's funny, right?
The only thing that was
you did
unlucky.
That whole thing
but I did think it was unlucky, yes.
It was more than unlucky.
Ken had a different way to describe it.
Well, yeah, it's not unlucky. All you have to do is not bet or not consort yourself with gamblers, allegedly.
Yeah, we haven't heard from Clase. We don't know his side of the story.
It's all alleged.
Tried to get Keith to send me down to the Dominican League to get an interview, but haven't got it happening.
Well, we'll see whether or not it works here. But he's the best in the city. The argument's not between him and Kevin, clearly. Unless you want to make an argument for Kevin. Can you get your brain to do many gymnastics?
I was wondering if you could make a case for Kenny Atkinson.
Well, of course you can make the argument for Kenny Atkinson. That's why I think that's the argument. I don't think it's between Kevin.
Now,
but
Kenny
I think
Atkinson.
It's
Kenny Atkinson. What were the Cavs? What was their seed at the end of the year in the Eastern Conference?
Number 1.
They were number 1.
What'd they do with that number 1 seed?
They were a disappointing loss in the second round.
They had the most lopsided playoff win in the history of the NBA, I thought.
Yeah. Against a losing record team that shouldn't have even got in.
Yeah, but that $4 will get you a large coffee with a shot of espresso.
Well, hold on. That's not what we were saying when they had done it. When they'd done it, we were wondering, can they go to the finals?
Yeah, right. And then they played a series after that.
Yeah,
I
saw the results.
And what happened in that series?
They had 2 of their best players were injured.
I know what he's trying to tell us. He's trying to say I can't say Stephen Vogt's the best in the city until after this season. That's what he's trying to say.
Well, because if it ended right now, it would be a very disappointing follow-up to last year's amazing year.
He's right. He's actually right. As of right now, no, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment here.
Disagree, guys.
I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment here. But think about this, Owen. Well, we got to go with this. You're right. Because at the end of the last season, it was like, this guy's amazing. This guy's amazing. Look at what he did. Like the scene where he went up and called the timeout, like went right in the guy's face. It was amazing. I mean, Kenny Atkinson knows what he's doing, and we like Kenny Atkinson. And I think that Stephen Vogt is doing more with less right now. I'll make that argument all day long. I have 1 legendary player with the Cleveland Guardians. I have 1 future Hall of Famer. I got another guy who's a Defensive Player of the Year. I got a lot of good basketball players when I have the Cleveland Cavaliers.
How many max contract guys do the Cavaliers have on their roster?
4? Is it 4?
Yes.
Well, does Jared count?
No. Okay. Jared, so they have 3.
They have 3.
And I'll give you Jose Ramirez even though he's not even in the tops of the max contracts, but we'll call him a max contract guy.
He hits 4 times a game. He's good defensively, but he doesn't have the opportunity to do as much as Donovan Mitchell or Evan Mobley or Darius Garland, and to a degree, Jared Allen.
You're just saying You're just basically saying coaches don't matter nearly as much in the NBA, right?
Not in game.
I don't think they say it, but I think that they don't matter as much.
I've made that point.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to demean Kenny when I say that. I think they're both very good. But I do think now that I think about it, I do think that Lyman has a point. Like, you kind of have to wait until after the season.
Disappointed in you, Ken.
Well, what do you want? Why are you disappointed?
You let him flip you that quick.
No, but he has a valid. I'm going to stand by saying that it's Stephen Vogt.
Smiling about it.
I'm not going to. Wait a minute. I'm not here to make an screaming ass of myself. But I, for the first time in 10 years,
I didn't ask you to do that. I just asked you to stand on your laurels.
Say it with your chest.
I'm standing on my moral high ground here and on my soapbox. Stephen Vogt, I think, does more with less than any of the coaches in Cleveland. But it's only been most of year 2. And they're looking like they're going to make the postseason, but they haven't made the postseason. Now, I would stand to say that making the postseason with the Guardians is a bigger accomplishment than getting the number 1 seed in the East with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I would say that when you have that many good players for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But if they go out there and they get to the wild card, you know what? Even if they get to the wild card, I'd say, well, you're still doing more with less. I want to see, but if they don't make the postseason, it's going to be a failure of a year for a lot of people, which is going to be a hell of a question if they don't make the postseason. But I don't want to answer that right now, and I don't want to ask it because you just got done sweeping the Tigers. That's a terrible thing to ask when you get done sweeping the Tigers and we're getting ready to take on the Twins. So I will relent and say that it's probably. I still believe it's Stephen Vogt. Now I'm starting to talk myself into it and say, like, hey, let's get in the trenches.
Have we eliminated the two-time Coach of the Year, Stefanski?
I think we can all
who won a playoff game with the Browns that he wasn't really at, but he's been to the playoffs twice. Have we eliminated him from the discussion?
We'll find out a little bit more on Sunday. I mean, hell, if they could end up going 15-2, and I could have a bunch of egg on my face for having this argument right now. There's a lot of other surprising things that could happen by the end of the year for all we know. I think that might be the most surprising thing by the end of the season. But yeah, I think that Stephen Vogt's the best in the city. I think that Kenny Atkinson's second, and regrettably...
Is this a power ranking? It smells like a power ranking.
Play the music, but I already did it.
Does smell like a power ranking.
Play the damn music. Number 1, Stephen Vogt. Number 2, Kenny Atkinson. Number 3, Kevin Stefanski.
Man!
Boom.
Proud of you, Ken, for not flip-flopping.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You know what? I'm proud of him, too.
Thank you.
Go ahead and do yours, Anthony.
Yeah, go ahead and do yours.
I'd probably go...
You just like basketball more.
I do, but there was an embarrassing loss in the second round, but he was, without his healthy players. He didn't have them healthy. They played, but they weren't healthy.
If Stephen Vogt gets to the postseason, what can he do that can truly embarrass him? Because the Cavaliers had a lot of opportunities to embarrass themselves, and they did. What can Stephen Vogt do? You know what?
Continue to let...
I'm in the foxhole now, baby.
You know what?
You're wrong. I'm right. Stephen Vogt's number 1.
I haven't weighed in yet.
Stephen Vogt's number 1.
I haven't even weighed in yet.
Get your weigh in.
What can he do to embarrass himself? Realistically.
I'm going to say right now I have Atkinson by a little smidge, then Vogt, then Stefanski. I can't. Man, we were at the Stefanski Gala. I have him third. Unbelievable how things have changed.
Can't believe it.
I would not have said that when we went to the Gala. Would have said he was number 1.
Of course, you were at the Gala.
I was at the Gala, and they were coming off the playoffs. And Myles Garrett gave me a very nasty look when we came off the stage. He
did not give you a nasty look.
I don't think Kenny was paying attention as much.
News.
He was nice to me.
I mean, I don't want to power rank the nastiest looks I've ever gotten.
Well, but we're here.
Oh, I'll power rank nasty looks by Cleveland Browns players and Browns coaches. Number 1, I think it's number 1, 2, and 3 with that guy.
Starts with H and ends in E.
Yes. You can go ahead and do your power ranking, but I think 1 through 3 is all him with me.
I think there was an ex-assistant high school football coach gave you a nasty look and gave you a nasty talking to.
Wait, which one?
Well, he's now a head coach at another program.
We've talked about this off air 1,000 times.
That was a coach. That was just a different... I was talking Browns.
And he's technically not in the city.
Yeah, he's on the east side.
Not in the county.
Hey, by the way, I'm glad he got that win last week. Guess who wins that argument, buddy boy? It's me, TJ Watt. He ain't Myles Garrett, and he never will be. I win.